come to our side, basically. And I was young, and I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, I don't have problems with anybody here, so okay. That is the point. I should have had nothing to do with them. But hindsight is 20/20, so. And I'll admit, this is like the time in my life where I had a lot of depression. I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't have a whole lot of self-esteem. I didn't have a whole lot of street smarts. I didn't have a whole lot of knowledge like I do now. Like, now I can recognize this is triangulation. This is divide and conquer. Like, I can see it now based on the things I've learned and things I've been through. So, anyway, I left the group, getting to the stalking. I truly believe they sent me a link to bug my phone. I truly believe that. Like, I could go to a channel that I have never gone to before, like, ever. I just click on the channel, and they disappear. I could do anything, and they disappear. And, they never called. They called the police on me multiple times. I was blamed for all of that. Because I'm going to tell you with stalking, and this had a good outcome because I ended up going to the police detectives. That's what you do. You don't talk to street cops. Street cops, like, they could have been hired 2 years ago. They don't, and excuse me if I'm talking out of turn, like, you could be a street cop for 30 years, like, obviously, and then you would know a lot more, but, so I'm not trying to paint everyone with a broad brush. They don't know a whole lot. They don't know games that people play. They just see, I was told to delete the app, and it's like, that's not stopping it. That's not stopping the other shit that's happening. So when I delete the app and they keep calling these people, another person they would call was Adult Protective Services. And I had a therapist at this time. I don't like him. I will never have a police officer as a therapist ever again. Don't advise it. But he did say something. One thing that he said that was helpful. Well, two things. One was, what they're hoping that happens with you is that you get found insane, or people think that you're insane and, like, cart you away to prison. Like that, and that's how narcissistic, like, disordered people think in their magic thinking. Like, that's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. Like, I couldn't, like, let's say PewDiePie. Let's say I didn't like PewDiePie, right? I can't just call whoever and he immediately gets found insane. Like, that's not how that works. Like, even if I swatted him, which I would never do, and it's evil and you should be in prison. To me, especially if someone dies, you should get life in prison, if not the death penalty. Because that's evil. That's a sick person who rejoices in the death of someone. That's a sick person. That's a danger to society. And anyway, like, even if I made up a whole bunch of lies, which these people did, which we'll get to, well, these people being, like, the two SS and I'll call her P. She, like, it was the police and adult protective services that she called. And, like, they can't find you insane. Like, the police can't find you insane. That's, like, a legal process. Like, even if I lied on PewDiePie and said, like, he's doing whatever, like, I don't know. Like, we have a process, a due process in this country. It's been marred to a large extent, but we still have it. And it's been ignored in some cases, but we still have it. You can't just, especially with a mental disorder, they would have, even if, like, let's say I managed to get PewDiePie in so much trouble that he was taken to a mental institution, or a mental, like, hospital, not like a hospital or something, right? He's going to go see a psychiatrist, like, and when the psychiatrist sees, well, this is not even if you have, let's say, anxiety, this is not anything that would cause A, B, C, D, E, F, G that's being, like, he's being accused of. Like, none of this, anxiety doesn't do this. So, just to say that, like, unless that sick person, because it's a sick person, it's a sick people weaponize authority to either isolate or destroy another person. That's a sick person. And she is, by the way. We're gonna get to that too. Like, you can't just do whatever. Like, they're going to see authorities. Like, if, let's say, I just accused PewDiePie of murder, I accused him of hurting kids, I accused him of being a spree killer, and he's responsible for, like, some case that looks like serial killers doing it. Well, that was PewDiePie. Like, let's say I accused him of that, and I'm not, by the way. This is just an example. Do you know how many people I just involved in that? So, let's say there's some case where they believe it was a serial killer. The police detectives are going to communicate with the psychiatrist, who now is looking at PewDiePie, and maybe he'll be questioned. Like, this is the problem with disordered people. Everybody's, like, there are smart disordered people. There are smart disordered people, and there are dumb disordered people. These are dumb disordered people. Like, for you to not understand, like, these two entities are now going to talk to each other. Like, the psychiatrist is going to relay what he's seeing with PewDiePie. Someone is going to come in, let's say the detective from some case somewhere comes in. Let's say I accuse PewDiePie, he's a member of ISIS or something. Or what's that group in Hamas? Well, we can check, like, there are people in this country whose job it is to check people's backgrounds. We see nothing on his phone, nothing on his computer, nothing in his search history, nothing anywhere that would suggest that he's even talking to Hamas, that Hamas is even talking to him. There's nothing where he's pledged allegiance to anybody. There's nothing where he's gathering weapons. There's nothing that he's planning anything. Like, that's the dumb, sick person. Like, just because you're disordered or a sick person or unhinged does not make you smart. Like, he's going to be checked. Like, everything you accuse somebody of will be checked. Especially at that level. If I made up a lie that PewDiePie was a danger to this country, that is this country's business to make sure that he's not. Then it will come back on me for saying lies. And then he has every right to sue me for defamation. Because that is defamation. To say that someone is a danger to this country, or is a criminal, or is this or that, that is destroying somebody's reputation. Nobody has the right to do that. I don't care how angry you are at someone. I don't care what slight you perceived. I don't care. Like, someone could sit here and say racial epithets, whatever, just nasty, bigoted shit. That does not excuse you from destroying their life. That doesn't give you the right. They have the right to do that. Just don't talk to them. Don't look at, and especially if it's on the internet, don't go to the nigga's channel. Like, that's all you have to do. And that's what, when sick people do, like the sick person I'm dealing with now. Oh, and the other sick woman, the basket case. I'll call her F. Fanny. I'll call her Fanny. It's like, oh, everything she does wounds me. Everything she does is this. Why are you watching something that wounds you? And then I made a video one time. It was like a review of The Godfather, like years ago. And she took that as a threat that I was going to, like, kill her or something. Like, I was some type of Al Capone who was going to kill her. It's like, why are we allowing sick people on the internet? They clearly cannot handle it. Like, if you have such a severe personality disorder, such severe borderline personality disorder, such severe narcissism that you really think people are after you, maybe you should not be on the internet. Like, there's something wrong with you. That you think, someone reviewing a movie, a work of fiction, which, yes, was based off real events, like, even if I was married to, like, one of the Gotti, sons, they would have no interest in the basket case. Like, like, why? And that's narcissism. That is narcissism, that you think you're that important to someone else. Who's doing everything, isn't talking about you, is doing everything to ignore you, is not on your channel, isn't doing anything to you, is not harassing you. Like, you have an issue that you need to resolve. And And that's not my problem, and it's not my fault that you have a mental issue, and are unhinged. So, like, I've never in my life thought that someone reviewing a movie had anything like that. That is a mental issue. Like, that's paranoia to a very weird degree. Like, you are showing, like, are you gonna go shoot the president? Like, are you just that screwed up in the head that you just associate everything to, like, you're stigmatizing yourself? Like, when people say, oh, like, when I go into, like, the narcissism channels, don't do that either. Again, stay away from sectors that specialize in, if you are doing videos on sick people will show themselves. I can't tell you how many people have been stalked, how many people, and I go to this guy's channel, he talks about his narcissistic mother. He says, like, a lot of the people complain about narcissists are narcissists themselves. And a key, these are his words, and it's true, a key trait of narcissism is by seeing yourself as the victim. So, the person who wouldn't put up with my BS and my sadistic behavior and my nastiness, they're narcissists. Because they should love me unconditionally, no matter how horribly I treat them. Like, they should just come back and let me beat them up some more. And hurt them some more. And tear down their self-esteem some more. That's what a good Christian would do. Like, the Christian narcissist. Yeah. So, yeah. Gross. Anyway, sorry, I got taken to a place that was really gross and sick. Anyway, so, and he's right. Like, you can't believe everyone who says, oh, I've been abused, and that's the thing, like, you know how many people I've seen, just on YouTube alone, who have said they were being abused, and then you watch them. I've spent years of study on YouTube. I wanted to be a psychologist. I changed my mind. I'm going to be an accountant now, but for college. But, like, I'm getting a full education here. Like, you watch this person, and it has it doesn't have to be a low-cow. Just the most nasty, hateful people who speak to people. Like, you couldn't possibly, like, I think you couldn't possibly have friends. You couldn't possibly. Because you'd be knocked out. You'd be prone out somewhere speaking to someone like that. Like, you can't possibly. Or at least, because what they do is they pretend to be nice to people who they want something from. So if they want an ally, because all a narcissist has, narcissists do not have friends. And I'm saying narcissists, like, narcissistic people, toxic, like, I'm lumping them all into that. I'm not just saying, like, narcissistic personality disorder. Because narcissism is, like, a behavior. It's not actually a diagnosis. Narcissism is not a diagnosis. NPD is a diagnosis. But narcissists do not have friends. They have flunkies, they have useful idiots, and they have lesser narcissists who are just as egotistical, egomaniacs, low self-esteem, don't like themselves, and are masters of projection, sick just like them. That's all they have. They have flunkies, useful idiots, and lesser narcissists. Or unless they have the flying monkeys, like I've said in my video, the anatomy of a smear campaign. The flying monkeys, yes, they will engage people who are just really ignorant, who don't know any better. And I would say that that's what I was in this case. I was a flying monkey who didn't know any better. I do know better now. So, like, anyway, back to the story. I did some digging on my own. I printed out, like, I'm serious. I don't have anything in comparison. I don't, sadly.